friends and neighbors? I am Rob Reviews, and today you could just call me Rob because I'm not really reviewing anything. Today I'm just going to be showing off and talking about my manga collection. I was inspired to do something like this after the anime man had done something similar right before he had moved to Japan. He was talking about his manga collection and showing everything off, and I tried doing the same thing not too long ago, but yeah, my computer was not letting me edit 45 minutes of footage, and that kind of blew. So I have decided to make this an episodic release, much like I have been doing with my top list of 2016 videos. These will more than likely be coming out every Friday, since this is being filmed on a Friday and probably being posted on a Friday. So before I ramble anymore, let's start talking about manga. Up first is a series that I'm pretty sure anime watchers and manga readers will recognize instantaneously. This series and another series that I'm going to be talking about in a bit was actually one of the reasons why I got back into manga and anime, and that is Tokyo Ghoul. Now, I had originally gotten season 1 of Tokyo Ghoul as a gift, and it took me like 4 or 5 months to finally pop it into my Xbox and start watching it, and I really liked what I saw with season 1. And then I started hearing that Route A, Season 2, was a piece of crap and that it is a total mockery of the original manga. So I picked up the manga. I did eventually watch Route A. It wasn't that bad. But I'm only 5 volumes into this. I am very far behind in where the releases are coming out, so hopefully I can get to catch up with this series a little bit more. But it is a very good series and I do enjoy it a lot. Good artwork too. Up next is a series that I actually just started reading, and I knew nothing about this. I literally picked it up because of the cover. Look at that cover art. The eyes. Oh my god. I have such a soft spot for artists who can do eyes very well. But this series is called Happiness, and as you can tell, that cover art is absolutely beautiful. But, you know, speaking about beautiful stuff and everything, we are graced with color pages. The first 4 to 3 pages of this series are color pages, and they are beautifully done. Now, Happiness is a vampire series. I did not know that when I first picked it up because, again, look at that cover. It does start out as your typical run-of-the-mill vampire story, but once you get into Volume 2, things do seem to pick up and start taking a little bit more of an original twist. I do recommend it. Volume 3 is coming out in February, so if what I've said so far about this book has interested you, go out and pick them up. They're only $13 each. With the artwork and the color pages included, definitely worth it. Next up is a series that I began reading, I believe because I got Play Magazine and they used to do manga reviews in there. I believe that's what it is. But they had a little excerpt about this, and that is Junk, Record of the Last Hero. This is much like Power Rangers, if Power Rangers was originally made for adults. Now, unfortunately, my Barnes & Noble does no longer carry these because there was an incident where a little kid was looking through these because he thought it was like Power Rangers or something, ironically, and there was nudity, and the parents flipped a tittyworth about it, and they actually took these out of the store. And unfortunately, I can't find them in any stores anywhere. They're available from certain sellers on Amazon, and I don't think I found any on eBay. I'm not too sure, but if you manage to run into one of these somewhere for a pretty decent price, I mean, this was only $10 when it first came out, but if you could find it for a good price somewhere, I'd recommend reading it. It's pretty good. Next, Hunter x Hunter, from the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh man, this is one of the very first Shonen Jump advanced titles that I ever picked up, next to Death Note and Eyes at the time. And holy crap, this is a great series. It's got a great sense of adventure, great sense of camaraderie. I don't know how else to explain Hunter x Hunter in that it's just an original, timely classic. And if you've seen the anime, you know. If you've read the manga, you know. If you've yet to experience it, definitely recommend picking up the manga or watching the anime. Unfortunately, the manga has been hindered from being released every now and then. I believe the last volume that came out was volume 32, and that was in 2013, maybe 2014, and volume 33 is coming out this March. I have no idea what's going on. I've heard that the creator is sick or that his wife is sick. There's peril somewhere in the production of this, but without a doubt, definitely pick these up. This is a fantastic story. Some of you will recognize this next book from my top 10 favorite manga of all time video, and that is Goodnight Pun, or Oyasumi Pun. Now, in my top 10 manga of all time video, this was actually number 2. But as I stated in that video, that list was viable to change over the months, and it has, and this is currently my favorite manga series that I am reading right now and that I have read ever. This is a fantastic series. I did not give the description a well enough attention to detail when I first was talking about it. This is a slice of life kind of a manga that slices right back at you. It's got heartache, it's got some love in there, it's got so much mental and physiological, psychological, that's what I meant to say. And Inyo Asano sure as hell knows how to weave one hell of a fucking story, because Goodnight Pun keeps me on the edge of my seat each and every time that I crack a book open. Next is a series that I fell in love with instantaneously upon just seeing the first 4 or 5 pages of the chapter preview in Shonen Jump when it was first getting released, and that is Black Cat. Oh man. This series is another one of those that has a great sense of adventure. It's got a very interesting world structured around it. Things are very, very different in this world with dinosaurs and assassins and specialized weapons made for assassins and such. It's a very, very good series. It's 20 volumes long, and it will probably be one of the best manga that you read ever, because the cast of characters in here are just so very, very memorable and very likable. From the creators of Death Note, we have Bakuman. Bakuman is a story about 2 friends who want to become mangakas and their journey into being accepted by Shonen Magazine and such. It's got a little bit of a love twist in there. It's a fantastic series, both in manga and anime format, and the live-action movie wasn't that bad neither, so definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of Death Note. You'll see little hints in there towards the Death Note series. Up next, this series came into my life and then left it just as quick as it came in, so this is Haim. Haim had a little bit of a flub as it was publishing. I got up to volume 14, could never find volume 15. I do know that it exists, but I believe that the series ended up moving to Shonen Square, which is apparently a digital, like, Shonen magazine, something like that. I have no idea what happens with the rest of the series. I have no idea if, everything is all tied up or anything. If anybody can link me to a website that has the rest of the chapters, because I just cannot find them, please do, because I would like to see how the series ends. From the mind of Hiroyuki Taki, the creator of Shaman King, and Stan the Man Lee Excelsior himself, comes Ultimo. Yes, that is right. Stan Lee made a manga with Hiroyuki Taki. That alone blew my fucking mind as a kid. As soon as I saw that, I didn't even bother reading the chapter. I just waited for the manga to come out. And, oh, man. Oh, so beautiful. And look at that artwork. Oh, look at that painted, beautifully drawn artwork. This is a fantastic series. It has a very original and different story. Lots of essences of time travel is scattered in there. And it is definitely a series that you should definitely give a shot. Ultimo. Stan Lee, Hiroyuki Taki. Holy shit. Up next is a series that I began reading after I actually watched the anime. I fell in love with the anime. I fell in love with the 2 main characters, and I just had to pick up the manga, and that is Another. Now, Another is a horror story, in a sense. It's pretty psychological, actually. It always keeps you guessing around every turn. There's some really gruesome deaths. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen at least GIFs or videos on Tumblr or something of something from Another. It's a very good series, very well-written series, and for the longest time, I could not find this in stores, and all the ones apparently on Amazon were in German for some reason. I don't know. But I eventually did find it at Barnes & Noble. This is all 4 volumes stacked into one Bible-esque manga book. And I highly recommend reading the manga, watching the anime, and reading the original novels, because Another actually started as like just your normal novel. And from what I've heard, that's actually the best version of the story. So I will be picking those up pretty soon. Okay, this is the final 3 for the video, and what better way to end off a video than with manga's very best, the Stephen King of manga, and that is Junji Ito and his book, Fragments of Horror. Now, Fragments of Horror is a collected book of, I believe, Junji Ito's first couple of short stories that he did when he returned to making manga again. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But this features a whole bunch of his short stories, and holy crap, this is the first thing that I ever read from Junji Ito, and fuck, if only these could prepare me for what I was in store for next. Oh my god, and the artwork on these things is just, oh, so beautiful. I love the cover. Oh yeah, I'll never wear a turtleneck sweater the same way ever again. I'll probably never even wear a turtleneck sweater ever again. Up next from Junji Ito, Gyo, or Gyo. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. Right up front, we have a very nice color page right there. Now, Gyo is the sole reason why I will probably never enjoy seafood ever in my life ever again. Not that I ever enjoyed seafood in my life at all, ever. But Gyo is definitely one of the most fucked up stories that I have ever read in my life. And I can't believe the amount of horror and fantasy that went into making this book. It is absolutely insane. It is so very fucking different. And this book actually comes with 2 bonus stories in it. And that is The Sad Tale of the Principal Post and The Enigma of Amigata Fault. Definitely pick this up. A lot of Junji Ito's works is being republished here in America in some nice hardcover collected books, so definitely pick Gyo up. Now, how could I talk about Junji Ito without talking about the classic? I've known about this story for years. I actually saw the movie before I ever read the manga, and that is Uzumaki. When I first saw this, it was actually a part of a free comic book day giveaway at one of my local comic book shops. And I think it was the first chapter or so, and I just saw Uzumaki, and I'm like, Naruto Uzumaki? Like that? I flipped through the couple of pages, I'm like, oh dear God, no. This story is amazing. This is definitely Junji Ito's opus, his probably most well-known story out of all the things that he has done thus far, at least here in America. And oh my God, the artwork, the horror. I've never been jump scared by a book before, and that happens so much in here, and the attention to detail, the grisly details, they're just absolutely fantastic. Everything about Uzumaki is beautiful, and god damn, this book is heavy. This is all the volumes collected into one. Definitely check out Junji Ito if you haven't already. Definitely check out Uzumaki, Gyo, and Fragments of Horror. He is one of the best manga authors and writers out there. Well, everybody, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for my very first episode, I guess you can call it, into my manga collection. I will be uploading these weekly, as I stated before. I've got a couple more videos that I've got to film and edit up together, so more videos are coming. Thank you all for subscribing. We have even more subscribers now from when I did my video in the beginning of the week. Thank you all for the positive comments. Thank you all for the love and support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.